Hey guys, so in today's video I created this look that you're seeing on the screen right now. It's a super glam but easy look to recreate, so I hope you enjoy it. Cue the no makeup face. So I'm actually starting off with my brows today, which is not something I usually do, but I'm going to be taking this Pears soap and spraying it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I got this soap for like 50p in Boots, so it's really super inexpensive, and as you can see I'm basically just running the spoolie in the soap so that there's a lot of product on the spoolie, and as you can see I'm just basically really quite hard pushing that product into my brows and really sort of pushing my brow hairs as far up as they can go. So this does get quite sticky and it feels kind of weird, but you basically want to stick all of your eyebrow hairs up, and then as you can see what I'm doing now, I'm just basically going over and pushing them down so it doesn't look too crazy, and then I'm just going back through and kind of brushing the brows to kind of make them the shape that I'm happy with. It does feel kind of weird when you do this, but it makes your brows look super fluffy and very sort of in place as well. Now I'm taking this Eyelure powder and I'm taking the slightly lighter shade. I'm just taking a Morphe angled brush and I'm basically just pushing some powder through my brows just to fill in any gaps, but nothing too crazy because my brows are already quite full. So for this part I did use a really light hand to just very gently push a little bit of the brow powder into my brows. If you push too hard then you're going to distort the shape of your brows because the soap is quite sticky, so it will end up just sticking your brow hairs all together. So you have to be quite careful when you do this, but I think it makes your brows look so nice. And then I'm just going around with a little bit of micellar water on a cotton pad just to get rid of any soap that's on my skin, because obviously it's just going to make the texture of my skin look really weird when I put concealer and foundation over the top. So now I'm just going in with a little bit of Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just literally taking a tiny bit of this on a flat brush just to very gently clean up my brows. I don't want them to look too sharp and precise, but I did just want them to have that kind of clean look, and then I'm just tapping in the rest of the concealer with my finger. So now moving on to eyes, I'm just taking this fluffy brush and I've actually just taken a little bit of translucent powder, and now I'm going to be taking this Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I'll leave the names of the eyeshadows in the description box, but this one is like a really nice kind of matte warm brown, and this is going to be just my transition shade. So as you can see I'm just running this all throughout the crease of my eye just to help my eyeshadows blend really seamlessly. And now I'm going to be taking a slightly darker brown. It's a similar tone but just a shade or two darker, and I'm just going to be basically putting that over the top of what we've already done. So as you can see I'm just building up the crease area of my eye just to create a really nice transition. Now I'm going to be taking this even darker brown on a slightly smaller brush this time. I'm focusing this one on the kind of outer corner and the crease of my eye, but not taking this one too high up. So what I've basically done is just taken three browns that are lightest to darkest and then applied them in my crease, and then I'm going back in with that first brush just to blend all the eyeshadows out so they're nice and seamless. And now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Rock Chick palette. So this is going to be what adds this sort of silvery tone, and I'm going to be taking this kind of shimmery shade here. I did try to apply this with a dry brush, but to be honest it didn't really go on that well, so I just ended up going in with my finger, which applied the shade a lot more sort of pigmented, and then I did take that first brush just to kind of blend it out as well. As you can see I've taken this over the whole lid, but I'm not taking this too far up. I'm just kind of taking it up to my crease and leaving the crease area with the brown shades in. So now I'm just going in with the pop shade of the palette. So this one is just going to add a little bit of glitter. It's a very finely milled glitter, so it's really, really pretty. It's very sparkly as well. It doesn't really show up that well on camera, but this is a beautiful shade. I'm just basically tapping that over the whole lid as well. And then I'm just going to be blending that through with my first brush. So now I'm just taking a black. This is from a Huda palette, but you can take any black. And I'm just basically pressing this with a smaller brush on the outer corner just to add a little bit more depth. And then I'm just blending that through with that brush that we applied the silver with, and then just adding a little bit more as and where I feel like I need it. So now I just wanted to add kind of a little wing. I didn't want to go too crazy, but I definitely wanted a winged liner. So I'm just using the Sensai liquid eyeliner for this in black. And as you can see, I'm just creating quite a small lifted wing on my eye and not making it too thick either, because I feel like it doesn't suit my eye too thick. So I was really happy with the way this eyeliner came out actually. So now I'm going in with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I'm just adding a little bit more to around my nose because I was really dry. So if you're wondering what that patch is, it's just a bit of really dry, sore skin. So I'm just adding quite a lot of moisturizer to my face, and then I'm just going in with this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Primer, which I've been really enjoying. I actually really like this primer. I never usually use primers, but this one is actually really, really nice. I've been really enjoying it. So I'm just working that into my skin, and then I'm going to go in with foundation. The two foundations that I used were the Born to Glow by NYX and the Maybelline Superstay. I did actually have a little bit of trouble trying to get my shade because for some reason it just was looking really dark. This is me trying to match my shade. So I just added in a little bit of lighter foundation as well, just to sort of match it to my skin a bit better. I did have a bit of fake tan on, so that's why I was trying to go a bit darker, but the shade doesn't really look that brilliant, does it? Let's be honest. Anyways, I'm taking that down my neck as well so that it's nice and blended in and you can't see any lines. And then I'm just taking a little bit on my forehead. I don't know why I look like I'm literally about to kill someone. I'm concentrating so hard. So now for concealer, I'm going in again with the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Snow, which is very light for this look, but I did want to lighten up my face a bit because obviously I did go a bit dark with the foundation. So I'm just using my Real Techniques sponge like I did for my foundation to blend this in underneath my eyes. And then I did actually just turn the sponge round and kind of like try to blend it with my foundation shade a little bit because it was looking quite pale. So if that ever happens to you, you can just mix the two together and then it will look absolutely fine. Now I'm going in with my new favourite powder. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Powder, and this is honestly incredible. Like, it's the best powder I've ever used. I'm just taking that on a dry beauty blender and basically just tapping that underneath my eyes. I'm not baking, but I'm just pressing this underneath my eyes. And then I'm just taking a little bit of powder, just a tiny bit on the rest of my face. This brush, by the way, is from Real Techniques and it's honestly incredible. Like, this brush is so soft. I absolutely love this brush. So now for contour, I'm going in with Benefit Hoola Bronzer on my Charlotte Tilbury brush. I'm just basically just putting that in the hollows of my cheeks. I don't usually contour, but when we're doing a more glam look, I do like to just contour a little bit just to shape the face a bit better. So I'm just taking this on quite a light hand because it is quite dark for me, and I'm just putting that kind of on the temples and around my hairline and in the hollows of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to take a little bit on my jawline as well. Now I'm just taking a tiny bit of this Kevyn Aucoin contour powder in the shade Light on this big kind of angled brush from Zoeva. I'm just running that kind of very messily down my nose. It's not really a nose contour, but I like to just do this just to make my nose look a tiny bit smaller. And now I'm going in with the Code 8 bronzer. This bronzer is my new fave. It's honestly incredible. It's got a really nice glow to it and a really nice warmth, but it's not too orange for me, so I absolutely love this. I'm just taking this kind of on the high points of my cheeks, around my hairline, and a little bit down my neck. And now I'm going in with the Code 8 blush in the shade Rosé. Again, this is probably my new favourite blush. It's honestly amazing. It just gives you such a nice pink flush and it's not too dark as well, and it blends like a dream. So I've been really enjoying that as well. And then just to make sure that my powders are blended really nice and seamlessly, I'm just going in with my powder brush. This is the Real Techniques one again. I'm just going over and making sure everything is nice and blended. And now for highlighter, I'm going in with my favourite highlighter. This one is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess limited edition highlighter, which they bring out every year. I'm just basically putting this on the high points of my cheeks and on my nose and a little bit on my chin as well. And then I did take a little bit in the inner corner of my eye with a small Charlotte Tilbury smudger brush, and then I am just going to be taking a little bit of this on my brow bone as well, just to highlight that as well. Now for my lower lash line, I'm just taking the first two shades we used mixed together, and I'm just going to keep this really simple and literally just run these two shades all the way along my lower lash line, and this is just with a small Zoeva pencil brush, so super simple. And then I'm going to be taking the Damn Girl mascara by Too Faced and putting a few coats of this on. I didn't want to go in with lashes, I just wanted to keep it a little bit more natural today. And now just for lips, I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner, just very slightly overlining the Cupid's bow of my lips and then just slightly overlining the bottom as well. So for lipstick, I wanted to go super pale, so I went in with Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW, and I am just patting that into my lips with my finger just to sort of mesh the liner and the lipstick together. And that is pretty much it for my face. So I'm just going quickly off camera to do my hair, and this is how it ended up. So just to curl my hair, I just use this Numi 5-in-1 hair curler, which that is the wrong way up, hun. This is just a really big hair curler, so I just use this to put loose waves in my hair. And then I'm just going in with the Collagen Lip Bar from Charlotte Tilbury, just to add a little bit more gloss to my lips because I wanted them to be super juicy. And yeah, that is the finished look, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.